Yo, check it. Alright guys, guess what? We are back for another video at Datazero. We have your meme stock update. We're going to focus on the meme stocks at the end of this video, AMC and GME, and I'm going to briefly cover cryptocurrency and SPY in this video as well, giving you guys your daily update prediction. Let's not waste any more time and hop in the charts, the facts, the data that you need to know as a trader and investor. Let's go. Alright guys, what's up? You are back for another video with Datazero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC and GME. I'm going to focus mostly on AMC and GME, but I'm also going to do a quick update for cryptocurrency and also the overall stock market, SPY, and NASDAQ. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and do this before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go hop in the charts, the facts, and data, show you guys exactly what we have going on for the day with this daily outlook and prediction. So I just want to start off with Bitcoin. The reason why Bitcoin has pulled back is because the dollar pushed up. You guys can see the dollar is pushing up, retesting this bear flag. Now there's a good chance that it will get rejected from this, and if it does, you will see a move back to the downside. So we will be watching for that, but the dollar at 105 is definitely bearish for things like Bitcoin, risk assets, and of course like SPY and NASDAQ. Those things will pull back. The dollar popped up, and that is why we did see an overall pullback in the market today. Also, the VIX popped up as well. Remember, if the VIX goes up, the market goes down. SPY and NASDAQ, especially SPY, start to go down. So this is some of the reasons why we did see a pullback in the overall general market and in cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin is still holding this higher level, and we really want to just make sure that we stay above 65.6K. Again, same levels in play. We want to get above 69.2K. If we can get above that level, it's extremely bullish. On the downside, we want to stay above 65.6K. Ethereum, same thing, same levels. We want to stay above around 3,600, but we would really like to be above 3,900. So that's what we're looking at for the overall cryptocurrency market. I think we'll see an overall pullback, but I think that we will, like I was saying before, I think we would see a pullback, and this is the pullback that I'm thinking that we are seeing. Pull back a little bit more and then pop and continue to the upside. I do not think the crypto bull run is over, in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and move in to SPY and show you guys what's going on with SPY. So SPY did break back down inside of the macro bear flag. You guys can see here. It had that overall triple top, double top type structure, top one, top two, coming back down inside the bear flag this morning, and then overall making an overall downtrend throughout the rest of today. As the dollar did pop higher, it did try to get above this level here of like 527.25, couldn't do it, made like a triple top, quadruple top type structure, and then got knocked to the downside, which we did talk about in the live stream, and it did end up rejecting from those levels and moving down like we predicted in the live stream. So right now it is looking very, very bearish. If we go ahead and just look at the 4-hour time frame, you guys can see MACD is red. If we put on the alligator, you can see the alligator is showing that the downtrend is powerful right now. If we go to the daily MACD, you guys can see daily MACD is curling completely down, almost red at this point. And you can see the alligator starting to curl down as well. So this is just simply showing you momentum is to the downside. Something I also wanted to point out is NASDAQ has this bearish divergence that has not yet played out. And once NASDAQ starts to roll over, SPY is already starting to roll over. Once NASDAQ starts to roll over, SPY is really going to start falling down. So we have to be careful, because if SPY continues to move down while NASDAQ moves down, it's going to exacerbate the move, and SPY is going to move down a lot quicker. And NASDAQ is set up for a nasty downside move because of this bearish divergence. You guys can see that RSI is clearly trending, or RSI is clearly trending down while price is clearly trending up. This is bearish divergence. Price is trending up, RSI is trending down. This is going to lead into a steeper correction. The same way here on the daily time frame for SPY, just to give you guys an example of what we're looking at. You guys can see that RSI was trending down, price was trending up. This led into a correction. Same thing's going to be happening here for NASDAQ. It's going to start to flatten out and then lead into a correction, and that's going to bring the market down even more. So I think SPY is actually setting up for a decent pullback here. We really need to watch NVIDIA, because if NVIDIA starts to fail, this is when everything's going to start come crashing down. And NVIDIA has major resistance here at that $1,148 level. NVIDIA has to break above that level and use that level as support in order to see any more upside. If not, it's looking like it's making a topping pattern, because you can see it came up here, rejected, came up here, rejected, came up here, rejected. If it gets rejected one more time, you are definitely going to see a big move to the downside. And if we go ahead and look at what's happening with the alligator, you can see that momentum's flattened out. Now it's still bullish, but you can see it's starting to flatten out, and you can see MACDs are starting to go red, which means momentum is starting to fade. You can also see RSI is coming down, which means momentum is starting to fade. So these are indications that NVIDIA might be topping out. Now, again, you could still see a decent pop to the upside if you use that $1,148 level as support. But if you cannot break above that, you're going to see a big move back to the downside, coming back down to fill these gaps in a big way. So we want to be watching that, because NVIDIA is the stock that is holding up the market. So this is what I'm pretty much looking at for SPY. I did call for a red week on SPY. You guys can see that so far it is shaping out to be a red week. So that's why you want to make sure you tune into the weekly outlook and predictions, as we are being extremely accurate for these assets at this current time. So again, red week forming. I did tell you guys bearishness for this week, and that is what we are seeing. Also, another major thing that could cause bearishness tomorrow is GDP. So GDP, this consensus and the forecast are about 1.3 and 1.6. So everybody's really already kind of expecting the numbers to be lower than the previous GDP release. So they're kind of expecting that. The thing that would really shock the market is if the GDP number is even lower than this consensus and forecast. So if we see like a 1.1, a 1.2, a 1.0, the market will tank. I think the market is going to experience bearishness even if the numbers are around these levels, because it is so bad that we are in this economic state. Again, this is stagflation. High inflation with little to no GDP growth, but they're sitting there telling you guys on the news, Bidenomics, soft landing, all of these things, trying to tell you that things are okay. But people, when we go to the pump, when we go to the gas station, we know that it's not okay. Inflation's not coming down, and we don't have the GDP growth that we need. And basically, they need this at this point, because the U.S. debt is out of control. Like, if you go to the U.S. debt clock, I mean, it's out of control, and they need the inflation to even try to chip away at this debt. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a very dangerous position. That's kind of why I think, and this is just speculation, why the Fed hasn't taken the action they needed to really quell inflation. Why? Because they actually need inflation to try to get rid of the debt. But the debt's impayable anyways, and this is a huge Ponzi scheme that is eventually coming to an end. And that's why you guys come to YouTube to get your media sources, because again, the news is lying to you, telling you guys soft landing, everything's fine, when we literally have stagflation, which is the worst economic conditions. The data is saying high inflation, little to no GDP growth, definition of stagflation. So watch out for those GDP drops tomorrow. And that's going to be very interesting for the market, and could be a bearish event. Now, let's go into the meme stocks and then finish this video here. We're just going to give you guys the numbers that we're looking at. Cost to borrow is coming down. So they have a lot of short shares right now, and that's why we're seeing a lot of bearish pressure. Right now, they have 950,000 shares available to short for AMC, and they have 190,000 available to short. 1.9 million. I do apologize. 1.9 million for a GameStop, available to short for a GameStop. So I'll just go over the numbers real quick. Again, 950,000 for AMC, and then 1.9 million for GameStop. So they have a ton of shares available to short because the cost to borrow is coming down. You guys can see the cost to borrow time of recording is sitting at 2.74% for AMC, and cost to borrow for GME is sitting at 2.26%. So cost to borrow is coming down, and they are able to get those shares available to short. But the thing is, we are remaining elevated in price, and this means they are doubling down at these levels. And if we go any higher, they're going to be in the same exact position where they started doubling down at these levels and got trapped, started doubling down at these levels and got trapped, so on and so forth. They are digging their hole deeper. It literally costs us nothing to buy and hold. It costs them everything to continue to short the stock, especially with all of the storm that's brewing, the fundamentals that are brewing. And I want to talk to people about the the T1 system and the CAT system, okay? These are not like light switches, okay? The stock market is a huge machine. It's like a bunch of machine with a bunch of moving cogs. Just because you change one piece doesn't mean it's going to have an immediate effect that day. I seen people talking about, oh, T+1 is implemented. Why did nothing happen? It was implemented yesterday, okay? Let's give it a little bit of time to take effect and take action. I mean, let's think logically about these things. And once the CAT system goes in effect at the end of this month, give it time, okay? People need time to work. Things need time to get exposed. Things need the time to get in place, and then these things will start accumulating. I believe that T+1 could create more FTDs on stocks like AMC, which could cause a bigger squeeze. Again, if we start getting FTDs and higher short interest and higher cost to borrow, those are ingredients for a massive short squeeze. That's what we want to see. So these types of things, just keep in mind when these things do come into play. T+1 was implemented yesterday on the 28th, and then the CAT system will be at the end of this month. Now let's go ahead and just go into some technicals and show you guys what's going on as far as what we can see for prices tomorrow. And also levels we're looking at. AMC, we're back at 450. We want to see AMC break back above 450 and hold that level. Right now in after hours, we are below that level, but we did manage to close at $4.50, which is bullish. GameStop, we want to see get back above 21.48. We have support at GameStop at $20.60 and $20.11. We have support for AMC at $3, or I'm sorry, I do apologize, $4.37. And we also have $4.25 as support for AMC stock to the downside. We want to see us break back above that 450 for AMC, and that way we can get closer to getting to that $5 level. I believe they are attacking AMC so hard because the amount of gamma that we have for AMC, if we did get past that $5 level. There were so many calls expiring in the money at $5, it would have given us a huge boost to the upside. So they want to try to get us underneath 450 by the end of the week, and of course $5. And we were very, very close to getting to that $5 level and holding that level. So they did try to short us down, and that's what's been causing this overall downtrend that we're seeing. But AMC is holding up very, very strong, and the main thing is we're maintaining these elevated levels. I don't want to see AMC break below $4. Again, I keep it 100 with you guys. I tell you guys exactly what we want to see. We don't want to see a break below $4. So if we see a break below $4, make sure you guys tune into the live stream so I can give you guys updates and technicals and levels that we're looking at next, because we don't want to break underneath that $4. $3.75 at the absolute lowest, but I don't even really want to lose $4. GameStop has multiple gap fills to the downside, so we do have to be aware of that. GameStop, we really don't want to lose 20. 18 at the absolute lowest. Now, I do think these stocks are setting up for a bounce. You guys can see here on the smaller time frames, RSI getting to those oversold territories, but we want to watch out because they are shorting these things heavily right now. I don't see any type of patterns like falling wedges or anything like that would indicate an immediate bounce. So don't be surprised if you do see a little bit more bearishness tomorrow for GameStop and AMC, but both of these stocks are fighting. AMC will probably end up coming back down to retest like 425, 437, and then get a bounce back to the upside. If we can start in the morning and get above 450, we're going to be in good shape. But that all depends on how they start shorting. And, of course, if AMC can eat up that short pressure, which it sometimes does, and get that pop to the upside. So we're going to be watching that very, very closely and watching the levels. Tomorrow, you're going to want to tune into the live stream because AMC and GME definitely have a battle. Remember, we don't want to lose $4 for AMC. We don't want to lose $18 at the absolute bottom levels for GME. We really want GME to hold 20. But that's pretty much everything I have for you guys. Again, it was kind of like maybe a head and shoulders type pattern here, but this is kind of playing out where we would start to get some support here around that $20 level. Don't be surprised if GameStop comes down to $20 to try to find support tomorrow. Don't be surprised about that at all. If the market really starts to fall and capitulate again, because it's in this massive bear flag, and if it does end up breaking down on the bear flag, like if we start moving down on SPY and then it breaks down and retests the bear flag, it's going to move down in a big way. That would really help dry up the liquidity, and we could see it pop to the upside for the meme stocks. I believe all of this is coming to a head, in my personal opinion, because of the fundamentals of GameStop and AMC improving, because of all the cash that they have on hand, because of the systems that are changing in the stock market, because the potentiality of the stock market setting up for a major dump, because this thing looks like it's setting up for a nasty dump to the downside. All of these things, I think, are culminating into a storm that is going to be absolutely insane. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think things are coming to a head and we're going to see something. And that is why we are following the fractal of the 2021 squeeze for AMC. And now, as far as this is concerned, just a quick little update on that. I think all of this could be a phase 2. We have to watch. Again, this is why I need more price action. People are asking me for dates and stuff like that. I can't give you guys that. I always got to keep it straight up with you. We don't know if this whole thing is phase 2. This could even be phase 3 right here where we had that peak. And then this could have been phase 5 where we peak out. And this could actually be phase 6 starting. So I need to see more price action. If we can continue to hold like this 425, 450 level and then push back up to like 525, 550, this could be the phase 6 accumulation range where we accumulate and then move to the upside. And it would make a lot of sense because there are buy orders down in this range where a long operator would accumulate before that bigger move up. So again, I'm not quite sure exactly where we are on the phases of things, but as long as we remain on these elevated levels and don't come all the way back down to like that 350, 250 level, I am extremely bullish, and this is still tracking in my personal opinion. I think I might be onto something with this being the phase 5 and this actually being the phase 6, but I need to see if we consolidate instead of moving down. I need to see if we consolidate because the phase 6 is a consolidation range before the last push up. And again, that's a huge accumulation range where people would accumulate before that bigger move up. So this is what I'm looking at. Make sure you guys like and subscribe so you guys can tune in to see where we are with the Moash roadmap and everything we have with this fractal. And of course, accurate technical analysis predictions as well. We tracked AMC very, very well today. You guys can see these white dotted lines are my predictions. We tracked this as it moved up here and I called this bounce. And then we tracked this as well, but when it got that push to the upside. So if you guys want accurate technical analysis predictions, make sure you guys tune into the live streams and check out the videos. I do the videos for people that work and want a little bit of extra information, and I do the live streams for people that can tune in. Even if you're at work, if you just pop in and just hit the like button. I know you guys are busy, but I would truly appreciate that to show your support. And if you watch the end of the video, I truly appreciate it. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. I appreciate it if you made it to the end of this video to watch this message. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.